One of my all-time favourite toys was the tumbling blocks, or Jacob's ladder, and this is a superb version made by a German company. The pieces all flip-flop back in the usual way, but look, there's a snake on the front top end of it, and all the ribbons are recessed into slots so that it makes a lovely clacking sound.
When you look at the Jacob's ladder, the top will either have 3 little ends on the top or one long strip. You don't use the side that has the long strip, just the 3 little ends. If it has the long strip, you can turn it over so that you end up with the 3 little ends on the top. To hold the Jacob's ladder, you put your fingers either side with the 3 little ends facing your palm and lift it up without moving your fingers.
Well, there it is. There's your final product right there. This is what's going to be on the outside of your ring. I know this isn't the exact coin that I showed you in the beginning, but this is just to give you the idea. And what I do is I put it on here, eye it up, make it look just as sweet as possible.
It's not very heavily constructed, probably easily defeated. More for like a briefcase or a suitcase lock. And I've got a little jig here. It's just basically a big pin hanging out of my vise. So 2, 4, see if we can 5 and a 7. We got it open. Put that on there. We're going to lock it. And we push all the pins back. Let me move this back just a bit. So now we're all locked up. How do you pick it? Well, what we do, we're just simply going to pull down on the shackle if this was hanging on a chain or something, and I'm going to put stress on the shackle itself. And the way I do that, I'm going to pull this little lever over to release the mechanism. And you notice now the stress is on here, a little click.
Hey YouTube, this is Fence Kid coming at you. Today I'm going to be making a 2-sided ring out of a regular quarter. This coin has no silver content in it whatsoever, so there's nothing really special about it other than the fact it's going to be a ring when I'm done.
Here's a plastic toy from Hong Kong, a rickshaw man. It's quite extravagant. There's a lot of detail gone into this. The interesting thing from my point of view is there's no power to the wheels to make it go. All the power is in the legs, which is nice. I like this bit here with a little lantern on the back too. So the legs moving forward is what makes the thing actually work, which is a nice idea. There's power going up, this little leads up the arms of the rickshaw. So we'll set him going. There's a switch here, and see what he does. He's raring to go, isn't he?
If you wanted to go wider than this, well, you just basically all you're going to do is just keep on thumping with that. Here's a real extreme case of what I'm talking about. You can see it's real wide up front, and then as you spin around it's real narrow, and that's all that's happened there is we've just offset. In fact, it was so narrow, you see how I split it as I was working it down that mandrel. That's why I stopped working on it immediately. This could have been much more flattened, so it's not such a, so it's a lot wider up on top, a lot more narrow underneath. All the way over really close to the mandrel.
Mr. Kirk, Dexter's in school.
I'm afraid he's not, Miss Birchmore. Dexter's truancy problem is way out of hand. The Baltimore County School Board have decided to expel Dexter from the entire public school system.
Mr. Kirk, I'm as upset as you to learn Dexter's truancy, but surely expulsion is not the answer.
I'm afraid expulsion is the only answer. It's the opinion of the entire staff that Dexter is criminally insane.
That boy needs therapy. therapy. Psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Purely psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Lying down on the couch.
What does that mean? You're a nut. You're crazy in the coconut. What does that mean?
That boy needs therapy.
I'm gonna kill you.
That boy needs therapy.
Granny Gazoo, let's have it, you. Now when I count 3.
That boy needs therapy.
He was white as a sheet.
And he also made false teeth.
Avalanches above, business continues below.
Did I ever tell you the story about
Cowboys.
Midgets. The Indians and frontier psychiatrist.
I felt strangely hypnotized.
I was in another world, the world of 20,000 girls. And
rectangles?
Doing optometrist. A man with a golden eyeball.
And tighten your buttocks.
Or juice on your chin.
I promised my girlfriend I could.
The violin.
Frontier psychiatrist. Frontier psychiatrist.
That boy needs therapy. Psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Purely psychosomatic. That boy needs therapy. Lying down on the couch.
What does that mean? You're a nut. You're crazy in the coconut. What does that mean?
That boy needs therapy.
I'm gonna kill you.
That boy needs therapy.
Granny Gazoo, let's have it, you. Now when I count 3.
That boy needs therapy.
He was white as a sheet.
And he also made false teeth.
Frontier psychiatrist.
Can you think of anything that talks other than a person?
A bird? Yeah.
Sometimes a parrot talks.
State quarters can also be purchased in silver. I find them on eBay.
Yeah, some birds are funny when they talk. Can you think of anything else?
Like I find a lot of my silver coins, but you can get these state quarters at 90% silver as well. thumping on a more expensive coin.
Around the world, 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 around the
You know, they bling out a lot harder. You can see right there alone. Silver, quarter. There's your difference right there. That's silver, quarter, silver. So there is a difference, but they still look good. So, I think I'm about good with that. Last but not least, I'll put a coat of polish on it. Make it shine like a mirror. Almost. Have a good one, guys.
Move the ball bearing so it's in the middle position, which is just exactly there. And now if you push down there, it pops open at the far side. There's a whole box of matches and striking plates, so you can use it. If I close it again, it's locked again, and until that's in the middle position, and if I push down like that, nothing happens at all. The ball bearing has to be in the middle position for it to open.